A seasoned gardener, vibrant and seemingly healthy, suddenly felt a dizzying wave while tending their beloved plants. Despite no sensation of thirst, the world blurred, then spun, before the earth rushed up to meet them. What happened in that moment? The truth is, as we age, our body's finely tuned thirst mechanism begins to falter. That automatic alarm system, once so reliable, dulls significantly after the age of 65. The brain simply doesn't send the urgent "drink now" signal as effectively, even when fluid levels are critically low. Unlike younger individuals who feel immediate thirst, seniors can lose substantial body fluid before any warning registers, making them particularly susceptible to this unseen threat. This profound physiological shift means that active seniors, especially those engaged in physical activities outdoors, can become dangerously dehydrated without ever feeling the familiar parched throat or dry mouth. Your most basic warning system, once a steadfast protector against fluid loss, can now silently fail you, leaving you vulnerable to an invisible threat that can quickly escalate from discomfort to crisis. The garden, a cherished sanctuary of beauty and solace, can paradoxically become a silent accomplice in this danger. Picture the dedicated senior gardener, hours spent bending, lifting, weeding, and pruning under the full sun. Each moment of physical exertion naturally increases fluid loss through sweat, often more than one realizes, even on moderately warm days. Add to this the direct sun exposure, frequently for extended periods without adequate shade, and the common tendency to delay breaks, fully immersed in the rewarding task at hand. This potent combination of sustained effort, environmental heat, and a diminished thirst mechanism creates a perfect storm where fluid levels plummet unnoticed. The sheer joy and intense focus of cultivating your passion can unknowingly put you at a far greater risk of silent dehydration than almost any other daily activity. We must learn to recognize this unseen danger before it's too late. Forget dry mouth. Discover the sneaky signs of dehydration that mimic normal aging, and how to spot them before it's too late. When the body subtly loses fluids, the classic sensation of thirst often diminishes, especially for seniors. This creates a dangerous void where vital warning signs are overlooked. Many assume their increasing fatigue, occasional dizziness, or even moments of confusion are simply part of getting older. However, these seemingly innocuous symptoms can be the subtle red flags of silent dehydration. Muscle cramps, a persistent headache, or a general feeling of malaise after even light activity in the garden are not always harmless. They are critical messages from a body struggling for adequate hydration, often signaling a deeper issue than mere fatigue or age. That, normal, fatigue after gardening, it might be your body silently screaming for water. Learn the difference and what to watch for. Consider the dedicated senior gardener spending a pleasant hour tending to their beloved plants. They might notice an unusual exhaustion setting in, a profound weariness that feels heavier than typical exertion. This isn't just the gentle tiredness that follows satisfying work. It's a deeper, more pervasive fatigue. A gardener might sit on a bench, head in hands, feeling strangely drained and pale, unable to pinpoint why their energy has vanished so quickly. This deep-seated fatigue is often a key indicator that the body's fluid balance is compromised, silently draining strength and vitality. Is that dizzy spell just age or a dangerous warning sign? Uncover how dehydration makes you unsteady and increases fall risks. Another common, yet frequently dismissed, symptom is dizziness. While a quick stand can sometimes cause a momentary head rush, consistent unsteadiness or lightheadedness, particularly after being active in the garden, demands attention. Without sufficient fluid volume, blood pressure can fluctuate erratically, leading to moments where the world seems to tilt or vision blurs. A senior gardener might reach for a fence or a sturdy wall, trying to regain balance after a sudden dizzy spell, attributing it to a lack of sleep or simply being clumsy. This loss of balance is a critical warning, directly linked to inadequate hydration and a heightened risk of falls. Is your mind feeling hazy? It might not be aging. Discover how dehydration can quietly steal your clarity and memory. As the sun climbs higher and the garden beckons, Many senior gardeners find their minds feeling less sharp than usual. Perhaps a beloved plant name eludes them, or they struggle to recall where they placed their trusty trowel. These moments of forgetfulness or difficulty concentrating are often dismissed as merely getting older. Yet they can be a critical, overlooked symptom of silent dehydration. The brain, heavily reliant on a steady supply of fluids, struggles to function optimally when dehydrated. Even mild fluid loss can impair cognitive processes, leading to mental fogginess, confusion, and difficulty with memory and decision-making. For a gardener, this can mean more than just a forgotten task. It can lead to frustration and a diminished enjoyment of a cherished passion. Your heart works overtime when you're dehydrated. Learn how this silent stressor can lead to serious cardiovascular risks. Beyond mental clarity, silent dehydration places a profound and dangerous strain on the cardiovascular system. When the body lacks sufficient fluid, blood volume decreases, causing the blood to become thicker. Imagine your heart, a powerful pump, now having to push a denser, more viscous fluid through your arteries and veins. This increased effort means your heart has to work significantly harder to maintain circulation. Over time, this constant, unnecessary strain can elevate blood pressure and increase the risk of serious cardiovascular events, including heart attacks and strokes. For seniors, whose hearts may already be compromised by age or existing conditions, this silent stressor becomes a critical threat that can have severe, life-altering consequences. Your kidneys are silently struggling without enough water. Understand the hidden damage and how to protect these vital organs. The kidneys, vital organs responsible for filtering waste products from the blood and maintaining fluid balance, are particularly vulnerable to dehydration. When the body is dehydrated, the kidneys receive less blood flow, making their essential work much harder. This increased stress can lead to a buildup of toxins in the body and, over time, contribute to the formation of painful kidney stones. More gravely, prolonged or chronic dehydration can severely impair kidney function, accelerating the progression of chronic kidney disease. For seniors, whose kidney function may naturally decline with age, maintaining optimal hydration is not just beneficial, it is absolutely crucial for protecting these hard-working organs and preventing long-term health complications. Dizziness from dehydration is a leading cause of falls in seniors. Learn how to stay steady and prevent life-threatening accidents. One of the most immediate and dangerous consequences of silent dehydration for seniors is an increased risk of falls. The dizziness and lightheadedness often experienced when dehydrated, as discussed earlier, can severely impair balance and coordination. Imagine standing up from weeding a flower bed, only for the world to suddenly spin, your vision to blur, and your legs to feel unsteady. These moments of disorientation, often mistaken for simply standing up too fast, are amplified by reduced blood volume and lower blood pressure caused by insufficient fluid intake. Falls in seniors are not minor inconveniences. They can lead to severe injuries, such as fractures, head trauma, and a significant loss of independence. Ensuring adequate hydration is a simple yet powerful step in maintaining stability and protecting against these life-threatening accidents in the garden. The silent killer in your garden: heat stroke from dehydration. Understand the immediate dangers and how to prevent a medical emergency. Perhaps the most critical danger of silent dehydration, especially for the active gardener, is the heightened risk of heat-related emergencies, specifically heat stroke. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating temperature. Sweating, the body's primary cooling mechanism, may diminish, and efficient blood flow needed to dissipate heat becomes compromised when dehydrated. Without sufficient fluids, the body struggles to cool itself effectively. What begins as heat exhaustion, fatigue, nausea, heavy sweating, can rapidly escalate into life-threatening heat stroke. In this severe state, the body's core temperature can rise to dangerously high levels, leading to organ damage, brain injury, and even death. This silent progression, often without the warning sign of thirst, makes it an urgent and critical concern for any senior spending time outdoors in the sun. Consider Mrs. Henderson, a lifelong gardener whose vibrant flower beds were her pride. As she approached her late 70s, Mrs. Henderson began to notice subtle shifts. After an hour or two tending her roses in the afternoon sun, she would find herself forgetting where she'd left her trowel, or struggling to recall the name of a familiar plant. Moments of confusion would creep in, dismissed by her as just a senior moment. Her family, too, attributed these lapses to the natural progression of age. Yet, the underlying cause was not aging alone, but silent dehydration, slowly clouding her mental clarity. Once she adopted a consistent hydration routine, ensuring small, regular sips of water throughout her gardening sessions, a remarkable change occurred. Her memory sharpened, the fogginess lifted, and her joy in the garden returned, vibrant and clear. Then there is Mr. Chen, a man whose bountiful vegetable patch was the envy of his neighborhood. One warm afternoon, while attempting to lift a half-filled watering can, he felt a sudden, inexplicable weakness flood his limbs. His vision blurred, and the familiar garden path seemed to tilt. He stumbled, barely catching himself on a sturdy tomato stake, his heart pounding. There was no pain, no immediate injury. Just an overwhelming sense of dizziness and a frightening loss of strength. Mr. Chen hadn't felt thirsty, yet his body was silently crying out for fluids. This episode was a stark warning. Silent dehydration can steal your physical strength and balance without a clear signal, turning a routine task into a dangerous near-fall. These are not isolated incidents. They are vital reminders that these risks, though serious, are often preventable. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Discover the simple pre-gardening ritual that can prevent silent dehydration before it even starts. After understanding the silent threats, the good news is that preventing dehydration in your garden is entirely within your control. The first and perhaps most crucial step is proactive hydration. Imagine preparing for a journey. You wouldn't wait until your fuel tank is empty to fill it. The same principle applies to your body and its fluid levels, especially before engaging in physical activity like gardening. For seniors whose thirst signals are less reliable, this preloading of water is absolutely essential. Aim to drink a full glass of water, perhaps 8 to 10 ounces, about 30 to 60 minutes before you even step outside. This simple act gives your body a head start, ensuring it's adequately hydrated before you begin to sweat and expend energy. Stop gulping and start sipping. Learn the continuous hydration method that keeps you safe and energized throughout your gardening tasks. Once you're out in the garden, the key shifts from preloading to consistent, gentle replenishment. It's not about chugging a large bottle of water all at once when you finally feel parched. Instead, cultivate the habit of constant, small sips. Keep a water bottle, preferably an insulated one to keep your water cool, within arm's reach at all times. Place it on a garden stool, hang it from a hook, or even wear a hydration pack if you prefer. Then, make a conscious effort to take a few sips every 15 to 20 minutes, regardless of whether you feel thirsty. This steady intake maintains a more stable fluid balance in your body, preventing the dips that can lead to silent dehydration and its dangerous symptoms. Think all liquids hydrate? Think again. Discover the best drinks for true hydration and which ones secretly dehydrate you while gardening. When it comes to choosing what to drink, not all liquids are created equal. While many beverages contain water, some can actually be counterproductive to your hydration efforts. For most gardening sessions, plain water remains the supreme choice. It's absorbed efficiently and contains no added sugars or dehydrating agents. However, for longer, more intense gardening sessions, especially on very hot days, an electrolyte-rich drink can be beneficial. These help replenish vital salts lost through sweat. But be wary of sugary sodas, fruit juices with added sugar, and excessive caffeine. Sugary drinks can actually pull fluid from your cells, while caffeine acts as a diuretic, increasing fluid loss. Herbal teas, on the other hand, can be a soothing, hydrating alternative. Transform your garden into a hydration haven. Learn how a simple hydration station can save you from silent dehydration. To make consistent hydration effortless, consider setting up a dedicated hydration station in your garden. This isn't just about placing a water bottle. It's about creating an inviting, shaded spot that encourages regular breaks in fluid intake. Choose a comfortable chair or bench under a tree or an umbrella. Stock it with a full water bottle, perhaps a small cooler with ice, and even a light, hydrating snack like a few cucumber slices or berries. You might even set a gentle timer on your phone to remind you to visit your station every 20 to 30 minutes. This designated spot serves as a visual cue and a physical reminder, turning hydration into an integral and enjoyable part of your gardening routine rather than an afterthought. Don't fight the sun. Outsmart it. Discover the best times to garden to avoid dehydration and protect your health. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to combat silent dehydration is to adjust your gardening schedule. The sun is at its most intense and temperatures are highest between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. These are the hours when fluid loss through sweat is maximized, and the risk of dehydration and heat-related illness skyrockets. Instead, try to schedule your gardening activities for the cooler parts of the day, early in the morning, perhaps before 9 a.m., or later in the afternoon, after 5 p.m. By aligning your efforts with nature's cooler rhythms, you significantly reduce the physical strain on your body, minimize fluid loss, and make it much easier to stay safely hydrated without constant vigilance. Your clothes can be your best defense against dehydration. Learn how to dress smart for gardening and stay cool, even on hot days. While hydration from a bottle is crucial, your wardrobe can be a powerful ally in preventing silent dehydration. As the sun beats down on a senior gardener, the right attire can significantly reduce fluid loss and help maintain a stable body temperature. Opt for light-colored, loose-fitting clothing made from breathable fabrics like cotton. These materials allow air to circulate, wicking away sweat and promoting natural cooling. A wide-brimmed hat is also indispensable, not only shielding your face from harmful UV rays, but also helping to keep your head and neck cooler. This simple adjustment to your gardening gear can make a profound difference, protecting you from overheating and conserving your body's precious fluids. Hydrate from your plate. Discover delicious water-rich foods, many from your own garden, that boost your fluid intake naturally. Hydration isn't solely about drinking water. It's also about the foods you consume. Many fruits and vegetables are packed with water, offering a delicious and nutritious way to supplement your fluid intake. Consider the refreshing crunch of cucumbers, the sweet juiciness of watermelon and berries, or the crispness of leafy greens. These foods contribute to your daily fluid needs while also providing essential vitamins and minerals, many of which can be grown right in your own backyard. Incorporating these water-rich foods into your diet, especially after a gardening session, provides a holistic approach to maintaining optimal hydration, nurturing your body from the inside out. The easiest way to check your hydration: your urine color. Learn this simple, vital test every gardener should know. Since thirst can be an unreliable indicator for seniors, a simple visual check can become your most reliable hydration monitor. The color of your urine offers a direct insight into your body's fluid status. A pale yellow, almost clear color generally indicates good hydration. However, if your urine is a darker yellow or even amber, it's a clear signal that your body needs more fluids. This straightforward self-assessment tool empowers you to take control of your hydration, providing an objective measure that bypasses the limitations of a diminished thirst mechanism. Make it a regular habit to check, especially after spending time in the garden, to ensure you're always adequately hydrated. Your body whispers warnings before it screams. Discover how to listen to non-thirst signals and protect yourself from silent dehydration. Finally, and crucially, it's vital to develop a heightened awareness of your body's other subtle signals, especially when the thirst mechanism is compromised. Beyond a dry mouth, be vigilant for symptoms like unusual fatigue, inexplicable dizziness, a nagging headache, or even a slight fogginess in thought. These are your body's critical warning signs, indicating a need for fluids before a more serious situation arises. Pausing during gardening to take a mindful breath, to assess how you truly feel, can be a life-saving practice. By listening to these whispers, you can intervene early, ensuring that your passion for gardening remains a source of joy and well-being, not a hidden risk. We have journeyed through the unseen dangers of silent dehydration, a threat that quietly undermines the health of active seniors, especially those who find joy and purpose in their gardens. We've uncovered why the body's natural thirst mechanism becomes unreliable with age, leaving many vulnerable. We've explored the subtle red flags often mistaken for normal aging, the fatigue, the unexpected dizziness, the moments of mental fog. And we've detailed the serious, cascading health risks, from putting strain on your heart and kidneys to increasing the danger of falls and even life-threatening heat stroke. But here is the empowering truth. These risks are not inevitable. They are not simply a part of getting older. With awareness and a few simple, proactive adjustments to your gardening routine and daily habits, you can dramatically reduce your vulnerability to silent dehydration. The knowledge you've gained today is a powerful tool, capable of transforming your gardening experience from a potential hazard into a source of pure, unadulterated joy and vitality. Imagine tending your plants with renewed energy, sharper focus, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are protecting your most precious asset, your health. Now, it's your turn. We've covered a wealth of practical strategies, from pre-hydrating before you step into the sun, to choosing the right fluids and even using your clothing as a hydration ally. Don't feel overwhelmed by trying to implement everything at once. Instead, here's a challenge for you. Tonight or tomorrow, choose just one new hydration habit from what you've learned today. Perhaps it's drinking a glass of water before you head out to the garden, or placing a water bottle at your designated hydration station, or simply taking a moment to check your urine color. Implement that one change and observe the difference it makes. Your journey to a more hydrated, healthier life is important, and we'd love to hear about it. What was your biggest takeaway from this video? Which single habit do you plan to implement first? Sharing your insights not only helps us understand what resonates most, but also inspires others in our community who might be facing similar challenges. Please take a moment to leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Your experiences are invaluable to us and to everyone watching. If you found this information valuable and believe it can help others, please consider supporting our mission. Your likes, subscriptions, and shares are what allow us to continue creating content that empowers seniors and their caregivers with vital health knowledge. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And if you know a fellow gardener or a senior who loves spending time outdoors, please share this video with them. It could make a profound difference in their well-being. Remember, your garden is more than just soil and plants. It is a sanctuary, a source of peace, and a vibrant canvas for your passion. With the right knowledge and simple, intentional habits, you can cultivate that passion safely and joyfully for years to come. Do not let silent dehydration steal your energy, your clarity, or your precious moments in nature. Embrace proactive hydration, listen to your body's subtle cues, and continue to thrive, surrounded by the beauty you've grown. Thank you for joining us today. We are committed to bringing you the information you need to live your healthiest, happiest life. We look forward to seeing you in our next video, where we will continue to explore practical ways to enhance your well-being. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and keep cultivating that green passion.